Hello kids, welcome to our channel, and tonight I'm going to tell you a magical bedtime story. This is a classic fairy tale for sleep that many of you will know. It's the story of Goldilocks and the three bears, so snuggle down into your blankets, get cozy, close your eyes, and listen to the magical words. Once upon a time in a quiet forest, there was nothing but soft and gentle sounds. Birds singing in the trees, the wind rustling through the leaves, and the sparkling sound of a nearby stream. And deep in the woods stood a little house surrounded by tall trees and colorful flowers. It was the perfect place for a family to live. Inside the cozy house lived a family of three bears. There was Papa Bear, who was big and strong and had a loud booming voice. Then there was Mama Bear, who was kind and gentle with a warm heart. And then there was Baby Bear, who was small and playful and loved to have fun. One morning, the three bears had made some delicious porridge for breakfast. They left their 3 bowls of porridge on the table to cool down a little before they ate them. And then the 3 bears went out into the forest to look for berries. As they walked through the trees, they didn't notice a little girl with golden hair skipping along behind them. Her name was Goldilocks, and she was very curious. She skipped all the way to the little house and peeked through the window. She saw the 3 bowls of porridge on the table, and her tummy rumbled with hunger. Goldilocks wanted to try some of that delicious porridge. So she tried to open the door. It was unlocked. And when she saw no one was around, she walked right in. She looked around the room and then went to the table to try some of the porridge. First, she tasted Papa Bear's porridge, but it was too hot. Then she tasted Mama Bear's porridge, but it was too cold. Finally, she tasted Baby Bear's porridge, and it was just right. She ate and ate until every single drop was finished. Then Goldilocks wanted to sit down. She looked around for a chair and sat down in Papa Bear's big armchair. It was too big for her. Then she sat in Mama Bear's soft armchair. It was too soft and kept sinking. Finally, she sat down in Baby Bear's little armchair. It was just right, but Goldilocks was a little too heavy for it, and the poor little chair broke with a big crash. Goldilocks felt a little bit scared, but then she thought, oh, well, I've already eaten all the porridge and broken Baby Bear's chair. Might as well try out one of their beds. She walked over to Papa Bear's bed and laid down. It was too hard. Then she jumped onto Mama Bear's bed. It was too soft. Finally, she snuggled into Baby Bear's bed, and it was just right. Goldilocks was so comfortable that she fell fast asleep, and the little house was quiet again. But after a while, the 3 bears came home from their walk in the woods. Papa Bear was carrying a big basket of fresh berries for their supper. Mama Bear had gathered some sweet wild flowers to put in her hair. And Baby Bear was skipping along, humming a little tune. When they got closer to the house, Papa Bear noticed something strange. "What's that noise?" he asked. "Someone has been eating my porridge." Goldilocks had eaten every last drop, and when the bears looked inside the bowls, they could see that it wasn't their large paws that had licked the bowls clean, but tiny little hands. They walked inside and saw that the chairs were all in a mess. "Look," cried Baby Bear, "someone has broken my chair." Then the bears looked around the room and saw that Goldilocks had left tiny little footprints in the dust on the floor. They followed the footprints all the way upstairs, and what did they see? They saw the little girl sleeping soundly in Baby Bear's bed. Goldilocks slept with her mouth open, her golden hair spread out around her like a golden halo. She looked so peaceful as she slept. Papa Bear wanted to wake her up, but Mama Bear stopped him with a gentle nudge. She didn't want to startle the poor child or make her feel scared. Instead, Mama Bear softly called out, "Who are you?" Goldilocks opened one eye, then the other. At first, she was frightened, but when she saw it was just a kind-looking bear family, she jumped out of bed and said, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come into your house and eat your porridge and break your chair. I'm so sorry." "Well, it's all right," said Mama Bear. "We can buy a new little chair, and that's what makes Goldilocks and the Three Bears such a great bedtime story for children. It's a reminder to always be kind to others and respect their things. You never know when you might need their help or if you'll ever become friends." After saying goodbye to each other, Goldilocks walked back through the forest and waved to the Three Bears as she went. And the Three Bears watched her leave, knowing that they would never forget their new friend with the golden hair. The end. Thank you for watching. Like and share this story with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more magical stories like this one. Have a wonderful day, and remember, always stay kind. Goodbye.